Okay, we're going to talk today about this JumpSport trampoline anchor kit. This is so that when you have a trampoline like this, over here to my right, that you want to make sure that the wind doesn't go pushing it all the way down the fence into the next person's house. And even a big trampoline like this will get pushed. We had some wind last week, and this trampoline was over there and got pushed into these trees. So we want to anchor it down. So this kit right here comes with 4 of these straps. See them? And 4 of these big stakes that twist into the ground. Okay? So what you have to do is, it also comes with, first of all, instructions. And these instructions are actually fairly decent. So they will help you put it together. So the first thing we need to do is take the strap. By the way, it comes with 4 of these and 4 of these. Now for this trampoline, there's actually, if you look down at these poles down here, there's 6 of these around the trampoline. Since this thing comes with 4 anchors and 4 straps, we're actually going to do 4 of the 6. And the instructions say that you do 2 adjacent ones, then you skip 1, then you do 2 more adjacent ones and skip 1. Okay. So the first thing you do is you take the strap. The strap has 2 buckles, and one of the buckles is the long one that's going to go around the pole on the bottom here, you see? So what you do with that is you're going to take this, you go underneath here where your big pole is, and you put it over, and so you want the bracket part here kind of on the outside. And the other piece, you got to take and put it under your trampoline, so you gotta kind of take your fingers and grab the other side. Okay, so now that you have this, you'll see that what's going to happen is this is going to go into this bracket, and that's going to leave this other bracket down here. Let's see if I can show it to you. This will be up here. This other bracket is going to be down here, and is going to eventually connect into this thing and go into this into that stake that we're going to put in the ground. Okay, stop. Okay, so I'm going to show you this strap again. You see how it's actually sitting right over this big metal, bar here, and we've got the bracket out, and we're going to take the other end, the strap, and now we're going to put it through this bracket. Now the way you do it is, see this opening right here? You're going to put this through that opening, just slide it through, and then once you get that through, you're going to pull it up. You don't have to worry about getting it super tight yet. But now you have to put it down through these teeth here. See these teeth? So this bracket goes up like this. You just hold it with your fingers, and then you try. This gets a little bit tough, but it's not too hard. You try to pull this strap through those teeth. And you can see that I didn't get it through. So I'm going to pull down with my finger to get it through. It will come through. You got to get it through both sets of teeth. See how I'm struggling with it, but okay, there we go, it's through. Okay, it's through. Okay, so now you're just gonna, feed it up some and pull it through. It doesn't have to be super tight yet. As you can see, I only put a little bit through so far, but eventually I'm gonna put a lot more through. I'm gonna keep pulling it up and pulling it through. See, it's getting a little tighter now, but you don't have to tighten it all the way yet. So just leave it like that. Okay, the next thing you're gonna do, so here's your other bracket, it's down here. And you're eventually going to put this through and make a circle here and hook it into the top of this big stake. But first you're going to put the stake in. So really you just want to move this to the side. And then we're going to move on to actually putting the stake in. Now you can see the stake at the top has this sort of eye here. And at the bottom just has this sharp squiggly thing. So we're just going to end up putting it in like this and then making it go pretty much all the way down. Now depending on how hard your ground is, your ground may be hard to put it in. For mine, it's not going to be too hard, but the best way to do this is with a crowbar. Because with the crowbar, when you start to put it in, you'll be able to turn it with the crowbar, and it makes it really easy. But I'm going to show you first with no crowbar, just to see how it goes. And if you don't have a crowbar, you can probably use the end of a big screwdriver. Okay, so what we're going to do is, first of all, we want this all to be in the middle. So this strap, I'm going to move it a little more towards the middle. And then we're going to take the part down here. We're just going to pick a spot. I put it a couple inches away. I want it pretty close to the edge, but it doesn't have to be right at the, right by the pole. And I'm just going to start turning it. Okay? And once we turn it, it starts going into the ground. See? It's standing up by itself. So if I keep turning it, probably might be good to use some gloves, but you don't need them. It's up to you. Okay, as you can see now, it's getting a little bit harder to turn. So I'm gonna get my crowbar. Stop. Okay, so now we're gonna push this thing in. I did put a glove on my hand. I'm gonna turn a little further. I'm still turning it, and you can see it's getting a little bit harder to turn. So I'm gonna bring in my assistant here. This is Katie, and she's gonna take a crowbar just to show you that, you know, this can be done by anybody. And now she's gonna take the crowbar and turn it that way. Go ahead, Kate. Good job. Okay, now take the crowbar out and we'll keep going. Come back here and put it in. You can see what she's doing. And I'm just helping her hold it to try to make it go straight. Okay, take it around. Good. See how it's turning? Good. Okay, take the crowbar out so people can see. See, it's about a third of the way down now. Keep going. So, just gonna keep turning. Trying to keep it straight. Now this one's really, it's getting harder to turn, so we're gonna help out a little bit. Okay, ready? Just go like that. And again, like that, like that. It's turning good, and we're getting it near the bottom. This one actually is, last time I did some of these, I didn't get it quite as close. This is really close, so that's okay. Might want to next time do it an inch away or something, a couple inches away. Okay, we're almost done. So we'll just do a few more real quick. Getting heavy now, I mean hard. Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, so we're almost finished with this. Can you back up a little, Kate? Okay, we're just gonna push it all the way in and around. Just like this. And in the end, you want this thing here to be facing away from the bar. So right now it's almost parallel. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you one other thing. So Katie's gonna take some water and pour it right in here, because if it is hard for you to turn, if your ground is really rocky, you might want to put some water in there. Okay, great, thank you. So I'm gonna get it right to here, and now the question is, do I do another turn or not? Because it's really in the right direction, but I'd actually like this to get a little bit lower. So, that's a stumper. I think I'm gonna go for one more turnaround. So, I go like this, and we're gonna finish that up in a sec. Why don't you turn that off? Okay, so I turned it all the way down, as you can see, and I got the piece facing away, which is how I want. So now we're just gonna put this thing in and finish up the job. So we're gonna start by just taking this and looping it through, and then we're gonna do the same thing we did before, which is we're gonna zoom in on this a bit. We're gonna come through this space right here between where the other piece is and the teeth. We're going to pull it up through, and then we're going to try to feed it down through those teeth right there. So I'm going to take it, feed it through. See, now that I've done it again, it's easier. And I'm going to tighten this. Now you can see this is totally loose, right? So this is obviously not what you want. But up here you just feed more of this in, like that. Hold it with your hand in the back, and then pull it down. Still totally loose though, as you see. So you just keep feeding more in, and eventually you'll get it pretty tight. Feed more in, pull down through the teeth. I want it up here. And to do the bottom, it's still too loose. Now it's getting a little tighter. If I hold it from the back and pull, this one's still too loose. I'm going to keep feeding this until I get it right. So once you've tightened it all the way, which mine's getting pretty tight now, I still need a little more tightness, but it's pretty tight. You know, you might want to move this out of the way or something. But that's pretty much it. Now, if you take a walk around here, this is one. Come on around here. I've already done another one right here. This one I actually kept this thing a little bit further away from the pole. I don't think it really matters that much. And then since I have 6 of these, this one I put nothing on, so it's 1, 2, nothing, and then 1, 2, and then nothing again. So that's pretty much it. And I think with with all this holding it down, the next time we have a big windstorm, I don't think this thing's going anywhere. Okay, thanks.